What's up, everybody? It's time. It's Sunday night. It's All Things Fantasy Grounds Talk Show. Before I introduce my co-host, let me do our disclaimer. And that disclaimer is All Things Fantasy Grounds Talk Show is meant to teach and help, but the opinions stated by the three of us on the show are not those of Smiteworks USA, LLC, or Fantasy Grounds. Welcome to my co-host, Layroon. How are you?
I'm doing okay. Just gearing up for Spooktober, and I'm looking forward to FGCon. And not to mention the topic of the show tonight.
Yes, and next week we'll be talking about Spooktober as it comes to an end, and then the week after that we're going to talk about FGCon 15, so that's good. Fairy Fate, how are you?
I'm doing good. I made some money today, so that always makes me happy.
We're going to leave it an ambiguous statement on how you made money. You're not going to tell everybody what you did?
No,
I have my guesses. Yeah, okay. Good. So we're going to talk about Tilt 5 and Last Gameboard. These happen to be two Kickstarters that are currently going. Both of them involve sort of the next wave or the next generation of gaming. And so we'll just go through them and we'll show you guys the videos and then you guys can ask questions. Now, we're not endorsing either one of these or anything like that. We're just sort of informationally sharing it with everybody just because it's kind of cool stuff. So the first one, and I'll put these links in the chat. The first one is called Tilt 5. And if you guys want to go to it, there's the link. Now, this actually does, I'll scroll down and show you, this one actually does have a partnership with Smiteworks. So, as we watch the video, you'll see kind of what this is. But then, down here, I know this is a pretty long description, but down here somewhere you'll see, there it is. So, Smiteworks and Fantasy Grounds does have a partnership with them. Now, this is future stuff. I mean, this doesn't come out for like a year or whatever it is. I don't know. June, I guess. Okay, June. But let's just watch the video and we'll show you what's up if you haven't seen this. This kind of basically explains it all.
Stevie will join us later.
Let's squeeze in a game then.
Ooh, should we pick up our last game of Warriors?
So it's a 3.5 minute video, so...
I'm in.
If you've seen it, just bear with us.
Roll.
But watch how kind of cool this is.
Boom!
It's also cheesy.
Save?
Yep.
Pizza.
This is where the porn starts.
So you guys are grilling some pizza? Yeah.
Stevie!
The party has arrived.
Where did we leave off?
An eerie mist clings to the wall of the
So
cave.
is this how we're going to do
Just as the villagers
Denver and
said.
Dragons next year?
Nevertheless,
I guess, I don't know.
you're trying.
But it's, so you can connect, so there's 3 people playing and then the other gal's somewhere else, right? So it's
Yeah,
over the internet.
apparently it's
but-
like a Wi-Fi thing.
Wow.
Something is amiss. Roll for initiative.
I'm a little bit weirded out by the glasses.
Glasses are pretty strange. Well, what if you're somebody who wears glasses normally?
Critical
I mean,
hit.
will those just fit over?
Roll for damage.
Yeah.
Slain.
So the CEO comes on and she explains a little bit.
I gotta go. Okay.
Aww.
Bye-bye.
Back to our other game?
Only if you want to lose.
Load it up.
Hi, I'm Jerry Ellsworth. I've worked in the augmented reality industry for quite some time, and prior to that I worked in the toy industry. I love making products that are all about fun, and that's what Tilt 5 is. We've taken the things that you love about video games and the things that you love about board games, and we married those together. You can take a card and you can slap it on the table, and a wizard can pop up and run across the table casting spells for you. You can use your wand to command your hero to go attack your friends across the table. You can save games and get in and out of them quickly. You can take your board and you can connect it to your friends' boards that are across the world and share this virtual space, just like you're in the same room. When you back us, you get everything you need. You get the glasses, you get the wand, you get the game board, you get introductory games. And by the way, each one of the kits is also a developer kit. We have manufacturing in place. We have awesome game developers making third-party content. Join us in this journey. By backing Tilt 5, you can make this a reality. Mixed reality. Thank you.
So that's basically it, everybody. I don't know why they did the presentation at Starbucks or whatever the hell that was, but and then I guess the stream was saying that they couldn't hear Leroon and Fury's comments, because the YouTube sound drowns out everybody else. But anyway, so that gives you a basic idea of how that works. It's pretty cool. So. And it's also pretty expensive. So the entry level's $300, and then it goes up $360, $880. I'm of course rounding. So it just depends on, do you want to get 3 sets of everything? And so since we have a partnership, since Smiteworks, I say we, they, and here Fantasy Grounds constantly strives to reproduce the experience of playing Dungeons & Dragons around a tabletop. Tilt 5's amazing augmented reality interface opens the door to a whole new level of experience, and we're super excited to be working with them on the platform of the future. Doug Davison. So they've got a partnership, and we don't have answers as to how that will all work, but they're obviously working on making it all go together. And then if you go down here, this is all the people that it's crazy how many partnerships they have, and they give kind of some more videos and some more examples of how it works. It comes with a bunch of games, and so all these people, Tabletopia, Snackbox, and that's just the ones they've announced so far, that they probably will get more partners, or they're content partners working on non-gaming applications, so it does more than games. Anyway, just to give an idea of what this is and that it's out there. And again, we're not recommending it. We're just letting people know, hey, this is a thing if you want to check into it. So there's 8 days left on the Kickstarter. They wanted 450,000. They're already almost to 1.5 million. So it's definitely going to fund. There's 2,700 backers. And so I asked Doug directly, I said, should I be buying this? And his answer was, if you are a person who is interested in technology of the future, then yeah. So I think before the show, Leroon, you and I were saying that this is like the wave of the future. This is like, this is like getting in on Google or Microsoft in 1985.
Yeah, it's next level shit.
It's next level shit, yeah. So, if you guys have questions, you can go read about it on the Kickstarter. Now, Leroon, you had a couple more links. Were these other videos that are different than the one I just showed? You can answer.
Leroon?
Did he leave?
I don't know. He's still here.
He's on his phone. That's why we might have some problems. Yeah, he's on his phone. Can you hear me, Leroon?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So these links that you put, there's 2 other videos that you put. Are those different than the videos we watched?
Yeah, they should be examples of play, and also some interviews that were given by other individuals that were interested in Tilt 5 products.
Okay. So this is the PAX West video. Oh, see, yeah, that's 5 minutes long. If you guys want to watch those videos, we're not going to watch those, but here, I'll give you guys the links. Because we're not going to spend 5 minutes watching videos. There's 2 videos for the Tilt 5, and I imagine they might be on the Kickstarter as well. But if you guys want to check those out, you can. It's like getting on Lycos and GeoCities in 1995. So, originally when I put in the schedule for the show today, I just put Tilt 5. But in the interim, in the last couple weeks, I've seen many ads and notifications for this other thing, which is a sort of a similar genre, but it's not 3D glasses. And this, like Fury, you were saying, oh, you gotta wear the glasses. But this one doesn't have glasses, so we'll watch
Hi
this
everyone,
video.
my name is Shale,
Also 3
and
minutes.
I'm the CEO and co-founder of The Last Gameboard.
I'm Rob Wyatt. I'm the CTO and co-founder of The Last Gameboard.
This guy's super
So
excited.
The Last Gameboard is a tech startup based out of Boulder, Colorado, and we are building a revolutionary hobby board game console called Gameboard 1.
When I was a kid, I lived for the times when my friends and I would get together immersed in our imaginations. I remember thinking how cool it would be if in the future we could use technology to create this same shared gaming experience as I felt during a movie. The worst part of the day was when we all had to go home. I always wished we could save the game where it was, so we could pick up exactly where we left off. Today, I still love to get together with my friends to play and get lost in our imaginations. But now,
Use them,
I can make my childhood dreams a reality with Gameboard
there.
1.
It's a video.
The next evolution of gaming is here. Gameboard 1 blends the physical gaming world with the digital world. Gameboard 1 uses a revolutionary new sense screen that recognizes real game pieces and multi-touch. Play your favorite classic games and beyond. And try new games in the marketplace. Switch to different games in an instant. The Last Gameboard mobile app lets me interact with any game. Connect multiple game boards together to expand maps and create a larger multiplayer gaming experience. I can use cards, dice, or any physical game pieces that I already have, or create my own pieces. Never worry about what to play, never lose a game piece. This is the last game board we'll ever need. Let's play together again. Gameboard 1. One board, all play.
Gameboard 1 is a 17 by 17 inch tablet type device which can interact with physical and digital pieces. You literally play physical pieces like you would on a real board game, but the game electronics knows where the piece is and what the piece is. So the iPad doesn't have the ability to interact with physical game pieces. It's like we know what the piece is and where the piece is. Game boards aren't 16 by 9 aspect. Physical game boards are square.
Board games are static, right? And we're the culture of Netflix and binge. We like interactive, we like change, we like new preferences. So it's this ability to give life to static games. It's the ultimate way to play social face-to-face gaming experiences. And board games have survived for so long because they do the one fundamental truth, right? They bring people together. And that's what Gameboard 1 is to me. It's this ability for people to come together, bring cool new ways to play any sorts of games that you want. When you play this, it's like you're playing a board game. We've put a lot of effort into just making sure that once someone turns this on, it just works. You can have different scenarios and experiences and the video game feel of having your imagination be illustrated on the game board and then interacting and playing with it. So I think developers are really gonna take that to the next level with intros and like how they present the game and how people can illustrate this universe as you see it. I think that'll be something that developers really have fun with.
All right. So again, we're not recommending these. We're just showing them to people. This Kickstarter, they wanted 100,000 and they're at 150,000, so they're already met their goal. Not as popular, however, it's got twice as long left. It's only been out like 10 days or whatever. And yeah, someone in the chat mentioned this one does require a subscription, which I don't like myself. I don't like the subscription model. But if you buy the top tier or whatever, you get a lifetime subscription. I think it says here, and it's expensive. It's like, is it 600? Oh, it's, yeah, $750. So if you go to $750, you get the lifetime subscription. Select this reward. No. And that comes out in June as well. So about mid-year, both of these things are going to come out. And again, these are just some options. I think someone said that, 17 by 17, that's not that big. But if you wanted to put them together and whatever. Now this one, they have a partnership with D20 Pro, so I'm assuming. I mean that's the thing I don't know is I don't know how it connects with Windows programs or I mean, I'm assuming since it goes with Unity, it'll work with Fantasy Grounds too, but we don't know that. But anyway, you guys can check that out. And there's also another video that I will link to as well, and give you guys a chance to click on that and bookmark it if you want to look at it later. So Furied and Leroon, what do you guys think about these things in general? Oh, you know what? Here, let me give the websites here. So the direct website for Tilt 5 is here, and then the direct website for Last Game Board is here. Sorry, go ahead, guys.
I thought Tilt 5 was a little bit more interesting. I don't know why. Something about the way that they show it's online capable. Because, I mean, that's one of the things I like about Fantasy Grounds is because, you know, you don't all have to be in the same room to play the same game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so their example was these three people were in the same room, and then this gal here was elsewhere. But they're all seeing the same thing. And the glasses are necessary in this case because it's projecting a 3D, and it's like going to a 3D movie. You know you can't see the 3D unless you have the glasses on. And then I think I watched. Yeah, one of these videos is it shows what it looks like. They just put the lens up to the camera, so it shows you exactly what it looks like. Because the video we watch is obviously a produced and probably, you know, edited and enhanced a lot to make it look good, so you buy it. But there's an actual video of what it really looks like through the glasses. They just strap the glasses to the camera and show you what it looks like. What about you, Lerondi? Would you lean toward one of these more so than the other?
You know, I have to go with the Tilt 5 because I'm biased. However, I did like the production and the logo on the other. But I don't know if it was just me or not, but it looked like both of the people that were speaking at the end of the last video, that they were talking from the side of their mouth.
Literally or figuratively?
No, look at it. Go rewind it, shut the volume down, and let's take a look at that.
They're talking out the side of their mouth. Well, the one gal just had a thing where her lip went up on one side more than the other, and then that other guy was like a monodrone robot. But you know, probably that their thing is they're programmers and designers and CEOs and CTOs. They're not on camera personalities, so
right. But it was weird. I couldn't tell if they were like daughter and father because they both were kind of doing the same thing.
Yeah. But I just think it's cool that this kind of shit exists, and you know, I'm hoping. I think, I mean, I struggle with Kickstarter in general and Indiegogo because I want to get in on the front end and get the best price and get the extra shit that you don't get if you wait till it comes out in retail and stuff like that. I have a problem. I've backed like 50 Kickstarters, and you know, that may be more or less than some people, but I think that's a lot. But the other thing is, for such an expensive thing, not just this, but just anything that costs $500, $600, $700, $1,000, I need to know for sure that it's going to be something I'm doing. I mean, I don't, like Fantasy Grounds Unity, that's going to be, I mean, that was a no-brainer for me. That's what I do. That's what I do every day, right? So this might be something I use, and might be something I use a lot. Maybe I use it a little bit. So it's hard for me to make a decision. And then, you know, do I want to spend, you know, like whatever, $10,000? This one's $10,000.
Yeah, I mean, as like you're saying, as cool as these things are, if you're the only one getting it and you don't have anybody to play it with, it's just, you know.
Yeah, so that's why I would tend to want to do something like this where you get, you know, for $880, you get 3 of everything. I hate that you scroll over that and it makes the thing go away. But, you know, you get 3 glasses, 3 wands, you know, 3 everything, and you get the table. So if you have a couple friends over, they don't have to buy anything. You can just invite your friends over. And then if somebody else, you know, then you can, of course, I'm sure there'll be a forum or a way to connect with other people who own these things, just like there is for any game, and you can go find friends to play with. Sort of like Fantasy Grounds, you know, none of us knew each other before we met because of Fantasy Grounds, right? So, it's just cool stuff. Yeah, to be honest, I don't think I personally am going to back the Kickstarter. I don't think I'm going to do it. But I might. You know, there's 8 days for me to change my mind. But I definitely will be keeping an eye on this technology, and especially for me personally is because of this, right? I mean, I think that I wouldn't have even maybe paid too much attention to it at all until later if they didn't have a working relationship with Smiteworks. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna just throw down $1,000 right away. But I'm thinking about it. I'm not saying I'm not gonna do it, but I've also haven't pulled the trigger yet, and I won't do it during tonight's show. So don't everybody think I'm gonna do. Yeah, last time I did that during a show, it didn't work out too well. GeoQuester, Grim and the Wicked. Yeah, that's right, I said it. But this is, like Leroon said, this is next level shit. So it's really cool, and I think my personal opinion is that this will be a hot ticket when people know about it. I just think the reason it's so brand new and it hasn't even, no one's done this yet. Now there's kind of two competing companies that are doing similar things. I don't know that they're direct competitors, but they're doing similar things. And I don't know how many of you watching the show right now or watching this video on YouTube even heard about this before today. Like, I didn't know this was a thing. And because I only knew about this like 2 weeks ago. And apparently, I mean, the Doug and John from Smiteworks made a deal with these guys probably who knows how long ago, but it wasn't public. They didn't like say, hey, everybody, check this out, super exciting, here's what we're doing, because they're probably waiting until it all shakes out in the end, right? But what about you two? What about your comments?
Well, I honestly was looking at a virtual tabletop that I think it was called Game Table, and it was very similar to the second example. It was a rectangular board, and it was being developed a couple years ago by some guys that were in San Jose or California somewhere. And I was looking into investing in it and getting in on it earlier. But my issue was that if that company gives you a lifetime access, then what if their lifetime is only 1 year?
Yeah, so that's a good point. So there was this thing called Replay TV, and I don't know how many of you ever heard of it. It was pretty cool. It was sort of the predecessor to current day DVRs and like TiVo and that kind of shit, right? And what this thing did, and I have two of them. I have two of them sitting right here in my house, and there are still people that use them today. But what they did was they recorded television programs and then skipped the commercials. So when you played it back, it was playing, and then when a commercial came, it just went right to the next thing and kept going. So you could literally watch TV shows with no commercials in them. And of course, the advertisers ran these people out of business because they don't like that. But they too had a monthly service and also a lifetime subscription. So I bought one for myself when I lived in Los Angeles, and I bought one for my mother who lived here in Spokane. And I paid for the lifetime service for both of them. It was like $300. It was like $12 a month or $300 for life. Now, I happened to use it long enough that I kind of got my money out of it. I used it for like 3 or 4 years, so it paid for it based on the monthly fee. But they went out of business, and so now there's no monthly service anymore as of like about 8 or 10 years ago. But of course, there's nerds on the internet have made a thing and worked around it. They made a programming guide, and it's all sort of open based, and they update it so you can still get it to work. But that's a good point, Leroon. If somebody's charging a subscription fee and it's a startup company that might disappear, that's a big risk. And if you want, like I said on the Gameboard one, if you want to not have the monthly fee, I think you're in for whatever it is, $750. Let's see, lifetime. Where does it say that? Anyway, whatever it was, all gone. Oh, see,
So Game Table wasn't even a Kickstarter. It was like, send me money, and $1,200 later, you're getting this small board that was roughly about the same size as that second one, and it kind of operated the same way. You connect it to a computer, and it senses your movements of your tokens.
Yeah, and it says here they stopped development on that in 2011. And currently has no active developers. So yeah, these things sometimes don't work out. I mean, both those companies seem legit. And I'm not saying they're not, but yeah, you run a risk. But it's just cool to know that this kind of thing, here's this guy playing Breakout. That's kind of cool. I love that game. It's just kind of cool to know that stuff like this is out there and it's going to be out there. And, we're only showing 2 examples. There may be more people jumping in the game. And if that happens, it's kind of like Fantasy Grounds versus Roll20 versus D20 Pro versus Astral versus the other 2 or 3 that are starting up now. Competition is good because if you get a bunch of people out there doing sort of similar things, that only just strives everybody to be better and make better things and try to win the market share, right? Now, of course, we're all biased because, as we know, it's not even a question. We know deep in our hearts that Fantasy Grounds is the best. There's no competition. But some people don't know that until they try it, until they use it and learn it. And so, there's fans of D20 Pro, there's fans of Roll20 and everything out there, but Fantasy Grounds is the best. That's what we say. So guys, if you have questions in the chat, I've sort of been looking, but I haven't quite. It's basically just all Shads are. If you guys have questions that we might be able to answer, happy to entertain. But again, we don't really know. We're not experts on this. We're just showing it to people and letting everybody know that if you want to get in on the ground floor, you have 19 days to do Gameboard 1 and you have 8 days to do Tilt 5. Oh, somebody just the numbers are going up right now. And minimum entries for those are, again, I think $2.99 for Tilt 5, and Gameboard's minimum is $40. So, what are you getting for that though? Like $3.50 is the real minimum to get all the stuff. But you just have to go and see what they're offering, and see if you guys might be interested in that for whatever reason. I'm excited just to see what happens. I don't know how long this is going to take, but I'm excited to see whatever Fantasy Grounds does on it, because I think, a year or 2 down the road or whenever it is, 6 months, I don't know. I have no timeline in my head, but if if Fantasy Grounds starts working on this Tilt 5 table, I think people will, that'll be more reason to want to buy it. Not to mention whatever else they're doing. I mean, it's not just Fantasy Grounds. It's all these, you saw these guys playing like card games and dice games and sort of quasi fantasy. Your wizard comes out and bites you. Here's some meeples. Here's some game pieces, cards, and it comes with games too. I forget. Yeah, there's even a list of games that it comes with, and that's on here somewhere. But anyway, you guys can go and check it out, and it's pretty impressive, all the people they have working with them. Oh yeah, here's the video where they put the glasses up to this camera and show you what it looks like. So let's see, did anybody ask any questions?
Diablo Bob wanted to know if we can see a little bit more demo footage.
Demo footage of Tilt 5. Let's see.
Yeah,
here.
kind of speed through it so we're not watching all the blah blah blah.
Right. Where was that other? I thought they had another video. Hold on one second. Let me go back up to the top. No, not a video, not a video. Here we go. This is only 1:16. So this is the thing through the glasses.
I guess Jerry's in the chat.
Oh, is Jerry here? Oh, hi, Jerry.
Yep.
Yeah, hi, Jerry. We're showcasing the Tilt 5. Welcome to the stream.
Jerry looks like the developer.
So yeah, Jerry, everybody, is the woman we saw on the end of the first video, doing the presentations. So that's who's in the chat with us, I guess. Yeah, Jerry Ellsworth, what's up? Nice. So we're letting people know. So this show, Jerry, is basically all about Fantasy Grounds, and so since you have a partnership with Smiteworks, we're just letting people know that this exists. You know, we're not necessarily recommending it, and our show isn't affiliated with Smiteworks, so we're a completely separate entity. We just love Fantasy Grounds. We're just fans, and so we're showing people that, oh, Space Invaders, what's up? We're just showing people that this exists, and we also we showed a little bit of the Gameboard people, the last Gameboard people. Quite frankly, I think everybody's consensus is that we all like Tilt 5 better because, if for no other reason, then there's no subscription model, whereas Gameboard has a subscription model. And yes, Jerry, Doug is awesome. Doug's awesome. I've known Doug for 4 years, and my co-host Leroon and Fury Fade have known him for a couple years. And there's a place called Fantasy Grounds College, Jerry, where we teach people, and it's a free volunteer. It's like a Discord server and a website, and so we're all into it. We're totally 100% like Fantasy Grounds people, big time. So when we saw you had a partnership, you know, we loved it and wanted to let everybody know about it. But since you're here, Jerry, is there anything you can say to us, or say to the audience here that maybe we might have missed or didn't cover? I don't know how long you've been watching, but feel free to type anything you'd like into the chat and talk to people. Nobody from Gameboard showed up. What's up? They didn't show up.
So I'd like Jerry to come on another show when it gets a little further along.
Yeah, that's actually a really good idea. Thank you for that, Jerry. You are welcome to come on a show in the future at a time of your choosing, maybe after the Kickstarter or more toward when release comes out in next summer or whenever, and spend a full hour with us and, you know, talk to us and show people and answer questions. And we'd love to have you on if you'd like to do that.
And maybe spill some secrets how Fantasy Grounds works
right.
on this.
That's right.
Give us your secrets. Come on.
But as you see, we do a very informal show. You know, we're not trying to be super edity or, you know, professional in that manner. Really, we just like to sort of turn on the stream and let people ask questions. And this is our 88th show that we've been started doing it, I think, in February of last year, maybe.
So the question is that they want to know what the target requirements are for the computer aspect. What do you need to run it?
Oh, I think for Tilt 5, I think that's listed. I thought they had, and maybe Jerry can maybe answer that, but Tilt 5 requirements, I thought that was down here. I could be confusing what I'm seeing. I look at 40 Kickstarters a day. Oh, here we go. Oh no. But that's what you get if you the pledge levels.
Well, obviously Fantasy Grounds is one of them.
Yeah, you need Fantasy Grounds. Oh, here's the stretch goals. Oh, new colors on the glasses. I'm sure they have a FAQ, and I'm sure that if it's not answered here, they'll answer it if you ask the question on the Kickstarter. Here's the team right here. They all they're wearing their glasses. That's funny. Here's a lot of shit I don't understand. Okay, here we go.
Prototyping, circuitry.
Specifications. This is the specifications for what it is, but I don't think. Let's see. Did she say anything?
Yeah,
you can have a modest computer with USB, super speed USB.
Cool.
Bob wants to know, does Tilt 5 support middle and left click functionality for games not specifically for touch type interface? What kind of OS is it running? Yeah, I think maybe it would be a good idea. Now that we have a lot of people interested, Jerry can come on the show. So, Jerry, let me give you everybody in the world knows my email, so I'll just type it in the chat for you, and you feel free to email me anytime you want, and we'll work something out for you to come on the show.
There's like too many questions.
My email, yeah, too many questions. My email is not doxable. I tell everybody on the planet Earth what my email is, so I can type it in the chat. But anyway, feel free to email me, Jerry, and we'd love to have you on so that you can tell the audience what you'd like to tell them rather than us just fumbling through. But we think this is pretty cool, which is why we did a show on it today.
We did have a concern, and that was prescription glasses. So
Oh yeah,
Jerry, if you're still there.
What if somebody wears glasses like me? I assume it's like the old 3D theater, you just put your glasses over your glasses, but unless there's a different what am I looking for? Solution to that. Poor Jerry came in the chat and has to get 50 questions. He's like, oh my god.
It fits over. That's cool.
But if there's somebody in the chat asking Jerry questions and she's not able to answer you, just remember those questions, write them down or something, and when we have her on the show in the future, then you can ask her all those questions. Or you can just back the Kickstarter, and once you back the Kickstarter, you get to ask questions there. By the way, how many questions have? There's already almost 1,000 comments. Nice. And there is a fact. Let's see. What's the difference between Tilt 5 and virtual reality? Is it Windows 10 and select Android devices. No iOS? What? Let's get work on that. I'm a super iOS guy. As a developer, do I have to support the Tilt 5 wand in my game? Can I use? Yeah. So there's a lot of questions here. Shipping to Japan and Korea, worldwide, baby. That's how you do it. So, you know what? Before I forget, let's give away a prize.
Yeah.
And no, it's not going to be backing. I'm not going to back the Kickstarter for $1,000 and give it to somebody. That's not the prize. That's not what I'm doing today. What I am going to do is I'm going to do a raffle. So let's do a keyword raffle here. We'll make the keyword Jerry since she was here today.
Hey, Jack, thanks for following.
Oh, Halloween Jaxla. Yeah, thanks for the following. Let's see. This will be for a DM's Guild item of mine, or that has my name on it. It can be one of my partners. So I will start.
Ooh.
I will start a raffle here. So if you guys want to enter to win, type in keyword Jerry, which is !Jeri. That's how she spells her name. And Rob, you got it wrong. It's J, not G. There we go. And we'll draw a winner for that. And probably that's all we'll today. And I'm kind of glad that Jerry was here and wants to come on the show, because now we don't really have to say much more. We'll wait for her to come on. And she might decide to do that sooner or later, so we don't know. I'll wait for her to contact me. But this way we can have her on and do a full thing and all that stuff.
And get our facts straight.
Yeah, instead of going, this looks cool, we don't know anything about it. Good luck, everybody. Go to the Kickstarter. But if you do want to back the Kickstarter, you need to do that within the next 8 days. Okay, I get to do my favorite part of the show now, which is make it green that we did it. Before I forget, next week, starting Friday, this week, starting Friday, is Spooktober, FGC Spooktober. So it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'll let Leroon talk a little bit more about that in a second. But we're going to do a show at the end of that. We always try to do the last thing on the Sunday with FGC events is the show, and we're hoping to get Lady Shell on, but I know there's going to be prizes, right, Leroon?
Yep.
Yeah, and then the next week we're going to talk about FGCon 15, and then Mario Hasselman will be here the week after that, and then I'm hoping that I'm pretty sure that on the 17th of November, Fantasy Grounds Portals will probably already be out, but we'll have a show with Valerian and Diablo Bob to go over that in detail. But it'll probably come out more a couple weeks before that. But Leroon, if you want to say stuff about Spooktober, go right ahead and let people know.
Yep. So far we have close to about 30 games, and it's really strange. Last time we had an event, we had lots of players, but hardly any DMs. This year, we have plenty of DMs, but hardly any players. So Shell and I have been putting out an APB for players all over, and we're hoping to fill some of those games up. We have plenty of the Haunt being run, the Haunt 2, the Haunt 3. There's some other, some titles that you'd recognize. Now, unfortunately, we have mostly 5th edition, but there are a few Call of Cthulhu games, and I think there's going to be a Savage Worlds game or two. So that is what we have going there, and the prizes will be announced on this show at the same time next week. And that would be a very, very good time to show some screenshots of games that were in process for the weekend, And don't forget that weekend, even if you're not participating in the actual event, Doug Davison from Smiteworks has agreed to give us the ultimate upgrade for the weekend. So if you only have the standard license, you can have the enjoyment of using Fantasy Grounds as the host or the game master, and it'll be the ultimate for the entire weekend. So
Yeah,
that'll be a good thing.
That's really huge. Jerry, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Amy H70, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. So, yes, that's pretty huge, guys. Even if you're not participating in Spooktober event, all standard licenses will be converted to ultimate licenses for that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday planet-wide. So if you're somebody who wants to get your friends into Fantasy Grounds or wants to introduce it to people you've been talking to about it, that's your perfect opportunity if you have the standard license to connect as many players as you want for that weekend and run some games. So that's whether you're doing Spooktober or not. So that's a huge thing. Amy's also from Tilt 5. Oh, what's up? Ooh. The whole company's here. The whole company came to the chat. Crazy Kinky. Man, I hope I said that right. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for the follow.
So we got a question about the portals thing. Fantasy Grounds portals. We did a sneak preview. What was that?
We did a sneak preview. Yeah. So Fantasy Grounds portals. Just a really short recap on that for those that don't know. What that is a new extension by Valerian and Diablo Bob that will be for sale in the DMs Guild, and this does many different things. But the most exciting part of which is that it allows tokens to be moved from one map to another. So for example, if you're on a ship and you go on the stairs, your token gets moved to the lower deck or the upper deck or whatever. And it works with any kind of maps, and there's custom tokens, and I'm probably screwing up the explanation. Those guys are supposed to get me this week a testing. I haven't seen it yet. I've had conferences with them about how it works and stuff, but I haven't actually physically tested it yet. But it's going to be super cool, and it's also going to be part of the upcoming vehicle ship extension, which is a whole... Oh my god, I can't... I melt down when I think about it because I get so excited. But anyway, you guys just need to tune into that show, and that actually will come out before we have that show, because that show isn't for a month, but it's going to probably come out in a couple weeks. We will do a video about it. We'll do a short, like I always do with everything for the DMs Guild that needs an explanation. I'll do it for like a 5-minute video. But if you want to come see that show that day, then you should come check that out, because it's going to be fantastic. I think it's going to be a I think this is something as revolutionary as One-Click Druid and as the spell codings. It's going to really change people's games. That should be good. So Jerry's here, Amy's here. What's up, Alex? We didn't give away the prize. I'm yapping and we didn't give away the prize. Okay, let's do it. The winner is Mr. Wolf. What's up, Mr. Wolf? You win. So, Mr. Wolf, you know what to do. PM me in my Discord. I will put the link in case you're not on my Discord. I think he is. PM me on my Discord and let me know that you won, and we'll get you your prize. Take care of. Yeah, you are. Okay, good. So you know what to do. Any other comments from you guys? You two co-hosts. You two co-hosty people.
Yeah, Jerry and your team, if you guys want to look at Fantasy Grounds in its current state and get a little tour and maybe do some research, I will personally grab your whole team and get you together with either myself or one of my staff members and take you through some of the aspects of Fantasy Grounds, and maybe that will help you make developing, marketing, or perhaps just advertising ideas in the future. So just keep that in mind.
Amy says she's checking it out right now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, if you're an RPG person, obviously we're biased. I mean, there's other VTTs out there, but as we said maybe before Amy and Jerry joined the chat, Fantasy Grounds is the best. There's no question about it. But we are very biased. And And I can't say that I work for them, but I am one of the Smiteworks social media managers. So if you are seeing Facebook posts and Twitter, especially Twitter feed stuff from Fantasy Grounds, I'm mainly the person that's doing that. So I'm kind of ensconced in that manner. But I'm not I'm not a salaried employee with them or anything like that. Gotta make sure I say that so I don't get in trouble. Join the Discord as well. One of our co-founders is also a DM himself. Oh, cool. Very good. And she's telling Shad and Diablo Bob you can use your keyboard and the mouse on the host computer. Yeah, I think Tilt 5 is... What did I already... You know what? Let's just close Gameboard. Let's just close it. We showed enough. Tilt 5's where it's at. Tilt 5. They showed up to the show. They win points that way. Oh, look.
And look, there
it's
it goes
climbing right now. People, I got those money. Whatever that was, I want to cut. It's almost to $1.5 million. I think it's going to be cool. And, yeah. I was telling the audience I hadn't backed it yet. I might have to do it right now. Oh, my God.
I'll do it too if you do it.
I'm gonna go do it. All right, here it goes, everybody.
Oh no!
Last time I did this,
way.
I got fucked. I got a good feeling about this, though. We're not talking about.
Yeah, we won't talk about that.
We're not gonna talk about the guy. Okay, so now I
Oh,
think,
you're gonna do that one?
Well, because here's the thing.
You want to play with somebody? I
want my friends to go. I have poor friends. They can't afford this shit, so I gotta buy it for them. So I'm thinking about the 3-pack. I don't know.
And then you can invite CJ over and y'all can play.
Yeah. Amy says she's got my back. Okay, it's true. Oh, there's only 3 left of this one. Oh, I better get it.
You better get it right
Yeah.
now.
Jesus Christ.
Better get on it.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh,
hurry
fuck.
up.
It's too late. I did it. Wait, I gotta tweet it now. I
Yeah.
just got Tilt 5. Ha 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 ha.
Nice.
Live.
It's okay, Rob. It's okay.
$900.
This one's actually gonna come out.
I just spent like $450 on a game. I have a problem.
Oh my
I have a
God.
Kickstarter problem. All right, well, I'm in.
You know, you need to set up like a Kickstarter allowance every month.
No, what I
Spend.
need is I need a Kickstarter of my own to people to give me money so I can do Kickstarter. That's what I need.
So you can buy more Kickstarter. Okay.
Yeah.
We need Kickstarter Anonymous is what we need.
Bofrin's like, we knew it was going to happen. I can't show a Kickstarter without buying it. I tell you what.
Damn it.
I'm not buying that game table. I'm not doing it. Wow. So Fury, you're not gonna do that level, but you're gonna do it too.
No, yeah, no. I'm gonna do the regular level and just play with you.
Oh, good. Now we have. By the way,
know.
we have to get back to. We haven't played like Red Dead Redemption for like a year. Like, remember, we have to keep doing
right. Our gang or posse.
Yeah, Fury and I have a posse that last met in like November. We haven't done it. All right. Well, my heart beating a little fast, and I think I'm heated up, but that's all right. It's fine. I can afford it.
And on that, we'll close the show.
Hold on. Let me
Cut up
check.
his credit card.
Hold on.
Says Jerry.
let me check my DM's Guild balance. Let's see.
No.
Okay, I got $6,000. I'm fine.
All right.
We could check my bank balance, but then people want money from me. They'll start asking me for money. Jerry said to cut up my credit cards.
Londell said, let's call it Kick Anonymous.
Yeah, Kick Anonymous. I need. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start an Indiegogo for me to get money to buy Kickstarters. That's the funniest way.
And I'm gonna run Kick Anonymous.
Kick Anonymous. Okay.
Oh, I gotta go.
You gotta go.
Yeah. Apparently,
Yeah, okay.
I'm being summoned.
All right,
Okay.
go be summoned. Go. Yeah, we're done.
Bye.
Anyway.
All right.
Go ahead. Later.
See you guys later. Bye.
Bye. What a dick. I have to always do that joke. Somebody leaves the chat, I have to say what a dick. It's a thing. It's the thing I do. Oh, she's still here.
Did you say it? Did you say it?
I did.
Yes.
I did say it. She comes back to verify that I said it.
All right. Bye, all.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
That's the funniest thing that's happened today. She came back because she knows I'm gonna do it. All right. What else? Are we done? Is that it? Spooktober.
I think
we
so.
I'm very excited.
We got about 10 minutes till the hour.
So that's, if you're a CEO of a company, here's how you get people to buy your stuff. Whenever they're doing a stream, just go there, and then if you show up, they'll buy it. That's how that works. That's how it worked today, anyway.
Yep.
I'm super excited though. I was on the, so just so you, Jerry and Amy, just so you guys know, I was on the fence anyway, so it was easy to get pushed over because I was thinking about doing it. What did it though is I saw that special 300, and there was like 160 left last time I looked at it, and I thought, oh, okay, I have some time. Then it said 3. I'm like, okay, I gotta get it. So I'm locking people out. That's how I do it.
Now we need to get a training crew of how to synchronize it with Fantasy Grounds and all that fun stuff.
Right. We'll
That'll
figure it
be
out. We have till next year. It's fine. It doesn't come out till June.
Yep.
All right. I'm super excited. We should end the show on that good note. Let's see. We talked about Spooktober, so everybody can show up for that next week. Oh, what? Yeah, okay, never mind. Anything else? Any final words from you, Leroon, before we end the show?
I'm really pretty content. I really like that the developers showed up.
Yeah,
and
that's super
that we
awesome.
were all here today talking and, getting involved with the community and engaging everybody. It's a good day.
It's a good day. So thanks everybody for watching. As always, this will be on YouTube later, of course, for those that weren't able to join us live. If you are watching this on YouTube later, you once again missed a prize giveaway. We do it every Sunday, and sometimes on my other streams too. But anyway, and special thanks to Jerry and Amy for showing up and hanging out with us tonight. That was fun. And oh, you know what I should do? Here, I forgot. I'll put on the slides. Let's tell everybody what else happens here. Crazy Kinky. Oh yeah, now all the follow notifications are going to show up. So we'll be back next week on Sunday with episode 89, talking about Spooktober. Tomorrow I'll be doing Module Creation Monday, so I'll be converting some more modules tomorrow. Nothing Tuesday, nothing Wednesday, nothing Thursday. Friday, we'll be here again for Dungeon of the Mad Mage. Saturday, we will be here for Baldur's Gate. Sunday, we will be back with, in the afternoon, what's it called? Yeah, Acquisition Incorporated, and then Sunday night again is back to this show. So, thanks everybody. Thanks to my co-hosts, Leroon and Furied Fate. And thanks again to Jerry and Amy, and to all of you for watching. And until next time, good gaming, everyone.
Ooh.